I never thought I'd see the day when a stranger, dressed like a security officer, would pull a gun on my teenage son, right in front of our house. It was one of those moments that sears itself into your memory, when time slows down, and every breath feels like it could be the last. My son, Ethan, was only 16. He was lanky, still figuring out how to fill out his growing frame, more interested in skateboards and headphones than trouble. But in the eyes of a man pretending to be an HOA cop, Ethan somehow became a criminal. It started on a Saturday morning. Ethan had been out front cleaning up the yard, dragging trash bags down to the curb. I was inside the kitchen making coffee when I heard a voice outside, sharp, commanding, the kind of tone meant to intimidate. "Hey, what do you think you're doing?" At first, I thought maybe it was a neighbor complaining about the noise. But when I stepped onto the porch, my blood ran cold. A heavy-set man in a fake police-style uniform, black tactical vest, shiny badge clipped to his chest, was standing with his hand on a pistol at his hip. He was towering over Ethan, who froze mid-step, a trash bag in his hands. I shouted before I even knew what I was saying. "Get away from my son." The man didn't flinch. He barked back, "He's violating HOA code. This is community property. I'll deal with him." And then, God help me, he pulled the gun halfway out of its holster. Ethan's eyes went wide, his hands trembling as he raised them instinctively in surrender. That image will haunt me forever. My kid, a boy who still left his sneakers in the hallway and asked me for gas money, staring down the barrel of a gun held by someone who wasn't even real law enforcement. My wife dialed 911 with shaking fingers while I tried to reason with him. "You're making a mistake. He's just a kid. Put the gun away." The man's eyes darted around, sweat dripping from his brow. He wasn't calm, he was jittery, panicked, like someone who had no idea what he was doing but wanted to look powerful. Seconds felt like hours. Then came the sound that changed everything. Sirens, growing louder, flashing red and blue reflecting off the windows of nearby houses. The fake HOA cop's face drained of color. He shoved the gun back into his holster, stumbling backward as the real police cruisers pulled up. Two officers jumped out, weapons drawn, ordering him to the ground. "Drop it. Hands where we can see them." Ethan bolted toward me, and I grabbed him, holding him so tight he could barely breathe. Tears burned in my eyes, but I didn't let go. The fake officer stammered excuses as they cuffed him, yelling about HOA authority and community enforcement, but no one believed him now. His cheap badge clattered to the pavement as the truth unraveled. Later, we learned the man wasn't a cop, wasn't even an HOA board member. He was just a bitter ex-resident with a grudge, someone who had ordered a uniform online and decided to play sheriff in a neighborhood he didn't own. He thought pointing a gun at a teenager would make him feel powerful. Instead, it exposed him for what he was, a coward hiding behind a costume. The aftermath wasn't easy. Ethan had nightmares for weeks, waking up in a cold sweat, flinching at the sound of car doors slamming. As a father, it broke me to see his innocence cracked like that. But something else happened too. Neighbors came together, outraged and shaken. People who barely spoke to us before started stopping by, bringing food, checking in. The HOA board, usually more concerned with paint colors and mailbox heights, issued a public statement condemning the man and pledging to work with police to prevent imposters from patrolling the community. For once, the rules were on the side of compassion. The day we went to court, Ethan sat beside me, his shoulders squared even though I could feel him trembling. When the judge read the charges, impersonating an officer, assault with a deadly weapon, reckless endangerment, the man's head hung low. And when the sentence came, Ethan whispered, "Dad, it's over." I squeezed his hand, my heart swelling with pride. My son wasn't broken, he was stronger. Looking back now, the lesson is as clear as the sunlight on that Saturday morning. Power isn't about uniforms or weapons or authority that isn't real. Power is about protecting the ones you love, standing firm in the face of fear, and refusing to let bullies, fake or otherwise, define your story. That man thought he could scare us into silence. Instead, he reminded us of what true courage looks like. A 16-year-old boy who faced down a gun and still found the strength to keep moving forward. And that's what I want anyone watching to remember. Life will throw people at you who pretend to be more than they are, who wield fear like a weapon. Don't let them win, because the truth will always show up, just like those sirens cutting through the night, And when it does, lies crumble, cowards fall, and the ones who stand together come out stronger than ever.